Do you know the love that you're getting in other countries as well?
Yeah, I'm getting hip to it now, but like I ain't trying to miss no beat nowhere. Like I come from not being known at all, so when I'm getting knowledge anywhere, I'm trying to tap in and show them love wherever they is.
Before Pooh Shiesty would form the collective known as Chopper Gang and start making his own music at the tail end of high school.
No, I ain't feel it. This is my brand before Gucci Mane.
Okay, you got any artists up under there?
Most definitely.
You want to name them?
Yep.
Before Pooh Shiesty would drop some bars on tracks like Breaking News and Shiesty Summer on his way to getting signed by Gucci Mane 1017 record label.
The WAP hit me up, we put it together.
Okay.
Yep.
Before Pooh Shiesty would have over 402,000 subscribers on YouTube, 126,000 followers on Twitter, and over 1.9 million followers on Instagram at the time of this recording. Some people are blessed with such a natural talent that it's really only a matter of time until they manage to succeed. Case in point, Pooh Shiesty, whose rap skills might have been discovered later on in his life, but that didn't stop him from rising up the ranks of the world of hip hop faster than most.
I feel now like I just keep it the same. Like I know a couple months ago I was just at zero, so I just keep it regular, like it don't fade me.
This South Memphis native didn't start making music until he was 18 years old, but after featuring on K Carbon's remix of 3 6 Mafia's Weak Ass Bitch, Shiesty was officially on his way, and within a year, he'd be DMing with Gucci Mane and getting signed to 1017 Records. As a son of Memphis-based rapper Mob Boss, founder of Mob Ties Records, you might think that this was only a matter of time before something like this happened. And in a sense, you'd be right. But it was the work he put in, not his connections, that allowed Shiesty to break through. Speaking with Billboard, he said, "I just feel like it was destined. I just feel like I had to keep putting work in. It might feel like it happened so fast, but really it's day-to-day action. I'm finally getting the shine I deserve. I feel like I've been underdog for a long time. I still feel like that too." Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Marlon Palmer back at it again with a brand new video. This one taking an updated look at the come up of Pooh Shiesty prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. From underdog to the top of the class, today I'm gonna fill you in on how Pooh Shiesty emerged from the streets of Memphis to become Gucci Mane's chosen one. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at DadDMcFly to let me know what you think, and let's get into the story. Pooh Shiesty was born Lontrell Williams on November 8, 2000 in South Memphis, Tennessee. His father was rapper Mob Boss, founder of Mob Ties Records, and a pretty important presence in his young son's life, though not necessarily in the way you might think. When talking with Billboard about his relationship with his father, he told them, "That's where I get my hustle from. That's where I get everything from. Everything. That's my OG. He a big brother to me. Ain't no dad shit. It's on some business." Shiesty goes on to explain that his father offered him advice on everything while growing up: how to move, how to exit, and how to think ahead of all times. He also taught his son how to put money to the side and worry about his longevity.
So you started when you was 18, 19, but your pops was just fucking around with it, had a studio or something like that, right?
So if I leave school or something, I pull up at it, at it when I was little.
And while he might have gotten his love for music from his dad, it was his mom who provided him something equally as important: his nickname Pooh.
What a Pooh? That sounds like something from your grandma or mama or somebody gave you.
I was in the womb. I was still in the belly. She rubbed Mr. Pooh.
Despite these close ties to the industry, music wasn't Shiesty's priority as a youngster. Instead, he had to concern himself with growing up fast on the streets of Memphis, which if oftentimes ripe with violence.
Yeah, I've been up to date with our local rappers and big time rappers from the M for sure.
Despite how difficult a situation it could often be, Shiesty still has mad love for his hometown. He told Commercial Appeal, "I think I'm 100% Memphis. I'm how I am because of where I'm from. You know, Memphis, it breathes the right stuff into you. I'm glad I went through what I went through to come out the way I did." While attending Hamilton Middle School, Shiesty got kicked out multiple times, only to return time and time again. Around that age, he also had hoop dreams, but alas, they just weren't meant to be. A lot of the great people that we've heard come up have always said, you can't have a plan B, you just gotta get a plan A and run with it. You always on plan A?
I got plan A, B, C, D. I already got my own label and artist. So.
Real. By the time he was a teenager, he was attending Central High School, which is where he and a group of friends formed a collective known as Chopper Gang. As a group, they used to practice their wordplay by taking one another on in the lunchroom or on the block, anywhere and everywhere. They considered themselves rappers, although at first, they were doing everything else on the streets of Memphis, but making music. Eventually, they would start doing that too, but not before a quick detour in Shiesty's life that would take him to Texas. With no family or anything out there, Shiesty says he and his mom moved states when he was 17, looking for a fresh start. Once settled, Shiesty began moving in circles studios much like the ones he left back home in Memphis. He even stated that thanks to him, the apartments they lived in got basketball courts opened up. Although how exactly he got that to happen, he's leaving somewhat of a mystery. Despite finding some footing in Texas, he and his mom didn't stay there long. A little over a year later, they returned to Memphis, where Shiesty would attend summer school and online courses on his way to earning his high school diploma at 18. Once Shiesty returned home, that's when he began to really focus on his music. He hooked back up with the Choppa Gang, which included other rappers like Big 30, Choppa T, and K Shiesty, and finally gained the type of exposure he was looking for after releasing the track Breaking News in 2018. As was evident from this new work, Shiesty was heavily influenced by other rappers like Lil Wayne, as well as more recent acts like Meek Mill and Kodak Black. In particular, he was a gigantic fan of Chief Keef, who he says always managed to relate to the most.
I was playing around with it a lot. Like first started, I used to like freestyle over people's beats like hot songs.
On the heels of Breaking News, Shiesty began to develop a major underground buzz with other performances on tracks like Hell Night, Day One, and Choppa Talk, but Shiesty was still looking for that breakout song that would extend his reach beyond the streets of Memphis. He found it with 2019 Shiesty Summer, which dropped that August. This track would go viral, eventually earning itself as many as 10 million views to this point in time, and those numbers would grow even greater with the release of his follow-up song, Main Slime, which would get Shiesty on the radar of hip-hop legend Gucci Mane. In the spring of 2020, Gucci messaged Shiesty on Instagram, and you want to know what their exact exchange was? Well, Shiesty gave FOMO Blog a play-by-play, so I'll fill you in. He said, "What's up, Holmes?" I said, "What's choppin'?" He said, "Somebody sent me your stuff. I'm listening. You too hard. You signed already or you by yourself?" I said, "I appreciate that love. I ain't got no deals out. I ain't signing nobody, just me and my manager." He said, "What's your number?" I sent him my number. As soon as I sent it, we talked for over 6 hours on FaceTime. At the time, Shiesty had been fending off invitations from Memphis rap barons like Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, all in the hope that someone like Gucci would reach out. Well, he got his wish. Within a couple of weeks, Shiesty was signed to Gucci's 1017 record label, a venture with Atlantic Records.
Did Dolph or Gotti reach out?
Yeah, for sure.
But you never wanted to sign with them, or they just never offered a deal, or it just wasn't the right situation?
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never wanted to sign to nobody. It's just my mentality.
The association with Gucci helped send Shiesty's star power into the stratosphere, along with the release of some killer new tracks like 762 God, Monday to Sunday, as well as a remix of his massive hit Main Slime, which featured fellow Memphis rappers Moneybagg Yo and Tay Keith. It was pretty clear from that point on that Pooh Shiesty was the best new rapper in the 1017 stable, and yet it still took a little while for a solo project to develop. Finally, after months and months of anticipation, Shiesty's season dropped in February of 2021 and is expected to move a very respectable 60,000 or so units in its first week of sales, featuring the Billboard charting hit Back in Blood, which features Lil Durk. In terms of where he goes from here, Shiesty has already stated that he has enough material recorded for 3 or 4 more full-length projects. He told Commercial Appeal, "I wasn't global before, but we going global now." I'd say that about sums it up as accurately and succinctly as possible. Any big names you looking forward to collaborating with?
Like some of my goats, of course, like on the dude side, been doing the Weezy.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, big head like that. We gotta do something for sure. But I want to do something with Cardi B though.
As for the rest of the story, well, I think that will be a video for another time. After all, this is before they're famous. What did you guys think of Pooh Shiesty's story? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to follow our series on Instagram at Before They're Famous to vote on other rappers and musical acts that you'd like to see next. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.